This video is brought to you by Squarespace. Cornerbacks are one of the tougher position groups to scout because very often, the more boring the tape, the better the tape. That, however, is not the case for former Clemson corner Andrew Booth. Booth is one of the most aggressive corners I've ever watched, which isn't necessarily a good or a bad thing, but it does make for some really entertaining tape. The guy moves at a million miles an hour every time he sets foot on the field, which translates to tons of splash plays at and around the line of scrimmage. When the offense runs a screen pass to Booth's side, it results in a negative play almost every time because as soon as he recognizes it, he shoots out of a cannon to either defeat the block, make the tackle, or sometimes both. Here, Georgia is running a quick screen to the number 1 on Booth's side, and on paper, this is a win for the offense. The safety to that side is aligned almost 15 yards off the line of scrimmage, and the will linebacker is inside the numbers. So as long as the number 2 can seal Booth outside, the offense is looking at a one-on-one matchup between the ball carrier and the safety in the open field. Now, watch how Booth blows up this block from the number 2 to hold the play for just a 1-yard gain. These kinds of plays were routine for Booth last season because the dude just plays angry. He cannot get enough contact at the line of scrimmage, which translates to run defense as well. Here, Boston College is running wide zone to the left with a crack block from the number 1 receiver on the play side safety. If all goes well, BC should have the running back one-on-one with a defensive back in the open field. Again, on paper, a positive matchup for the offense. Post-snap, Booth recognizes the crack block, understands that he has to crack replace, which just means that he has to replace the defender who was sealed inside, and shoots to the ball carrier for a tackle in the backfield. Plays like this display the mental side of Booth's game as well. He's great at diagnosing offensive play calls, and once he does, he's hungry for the ball carrier. This aggressiveness is what makes Booth such an intriguing prospect, but it's also what makes me concerned for how he'll fare at the next level. At times, it seems like Booth's mind is moving faster than his body, which leads to balance issues and missed tackles in the open field. Here, Clemson is in Tampa 2, which tells Booth to cover the flat on the top of your screen, while NC State is running a smash concept to that side and a mesh concept underneath. Post-snap, Booth keys the quarterback's eyes as he drops into the flat zone on the sideline and takes away the low read on the smash concept. Then, when he sees the quarterback target the drag route underneath, he slams on the brakes and completely loses his balance, which results in a missed tackle and a first down for the offense. Booth always wants to be where the ball is, which isn't necessarily a good thing. On the first scrimmage play from that same game against NC State, Booth was so sure that the offense was running the ball that he exploded toward the line of scrimmage at the snap. Then, when he tried to recover, he ended up on the ground as the receiver ran for a first down. He needs to learn that allowing a catch on a curl or a hitch is okay. With timing routes, sometimes there's just nothing the defensive back can do to prevent a reception. At that point, the DB needs to just make the tackle and live to see another down. Now, the good news is these issues have very little to do with Booth's athletic profile. He isn't Sauce Gardner, but he has above average height, wingspan, and arm length for his position, so he doesn't have much trouble with bigger receivers at the catch point. Booth's got real fluid hips, he's a great tackler, he has a high football IQ, he plays hard as hell, he checks the majority of the boxes. Long speed is a concern because Booth got burnt deep downfield way too often last season, but the bottom line is, if you're looking for a bend don't break type of defensive back who doesn't get targeted often, Booth isn't your guy, or at least not yet. What he does bring to the table, however, is aggressive playmaking ability, the twitch to hold up in physical man coverage, and the instincts to make plays around the line of scrimmage. The lack of long speed could make a team move him to the slot, but I think he's best fit for lining up outside in a defense that uses lots of too high structures and lots of press coverage, giving Booth the freedom to play aggressively. Before I go, I'd like to share a word from the sponsor of today's video, Squarespace. If you have a business or are interested in starting one, Squarespace is a phenomenal resource for building your online presence. It's an all-in-one platform that can help get your brand off the ground or take your business to the next level by building a website. What you see on your screen now is the site I created for my brand, and all of this was done in under 2 hours. It's a really user-friendly service and offers tons of tools that can help you do whatever it is you want to do with a website. Personally, for now, I'm using it as a gallery to showcase my work on YouTube, so on the homepage you can see my recent videos, and once I finish scouting 2022 NFL Draft prospects, I'll post my position rankings up there as well. Squarespace also offers an email marketing service, and it provides a platform to sell a product. Whatever you want to do to grow your brand and wherever you are in the process, Squarespace has a service for you. So go to squarespace.com for a free 14-day trial. Then, when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/BillyStevens to get 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Again, that's squarespace.com/BillyStevens for 10% off your first purchase.